Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon what part of the world you're dialing in. This is going to be our second and final live broadcast for today. We just started our November boot camp last night. And of course, for those of you that are participating in boot camp, if you have any questions, you want me to check out your profiles, or you need help in anything, please type what you need in the chat window. We're here to help. We're here to answer your questions. For those of you that are here for the first time, or watching this on Facebook, watching this on LinkedIn, or watching this on YouTube, you can't ask me questions, but you're going to sure learn a lot, because November and December will be the best months in your network marketing business because of all the things that are going on with rising interest rates, rising prices. More people than ever before are looking for ways to make money, extra money, side money. Some people are out of work, they're looking to make full-time money. And you have the solution to their problem. Now, if you're not talking to 5 or 10 people every day about your business, you could be. You could be. If you didn't rank advance last month, if you didn't sign up at least 2 people last month into your business, you could have. As a matter of fact, some of you will enroll 5 or 6 people before the end of November. And you'll be doing it right off of LinkedIn. I'm giving you a proven formula that has worked for over 26 years. It worked on America Online. It worked on a social network called ICQ. It worked on MySpace. Anybody remember MySpace? It works on Facebook, but it's never worked better than on LinkedIn. Never. Let me look in the Q&A box. So James has a couple of questions, a couple of conversations. Katie, I thought I sent you a direct link to it, but it was recorded, so you'll be able to watch it. Okay, November and December. For the last 2 months, as LinkedIn and Facebook have been making significant changes, I've been quietly working on some new things that will generate more nonstop leads that will turn immediately into customers, distributors, and sales than you can believe, even if you hate marketing and selling. LinkedIn and Facebook's recent changes. We watched a change take place 3 days ago. Make it easier to instantaneously position you as a person of influence. So people will reach out to you and ask you about your business. But people have to be able to see you. So whether you're an old friend, a loyal student, a new student, or an eager entrepreneur that wants to take their business to the next level, this new information will give you an unfair advantage over your competition over the next 2 months. This information will enable you to beat your competition to the best prospects for your business on LinkedIn and Facebook to enroll them. And please be aware, you're not the only person on LinkedIn that is trying to recruit and sell to the people you're trying to talk to. Your unfair advantage provides you with a crystal ball when it comes to identifying perfect prospects for your business. So you'll know in advance who the perfect prospects are and how to actually attract them to you. Now, I love success stories, and I'm going to share one with you. On Tuesday night, I was doing a broadcast training for my friends in the Power Lead System. I do one once a month. And a former student, Joe Whaley, popped up. Now, let me give you a little bit of Joe's background. When we started working together back in 2018, he wanted to go fast. So he became one of my coaching students. We opened up his settings. We made him visible. I showed him what to do. The first month, he signed up 18 people. Quadrupled his business. He just didn't know how LinkedIn worked. Well, then a year later, he comes back at the beginning of November, and he says, Max, Phyllis and I are starting this insurance business, and we want to get 100 agents by the end of the year. Now, keep in mind what I'm teaching you. We basically tell you do this 1 or 2 hours a day. Well, Joel and Phyllis were putting in 12, 14 hours a day. So I started working with them on their insurance project. We wrote some scripts, showed them how to search. And then about 4 days after we started, he sent me this. I'm having so much fun with this since we started working together again. I don't want to sleep. Phyllis isn't sleeping. We're making more money than we've ever made before, and we never expected it to happen so fast. The insurance people we're working with all love this. You're the best coach in the business. And with all due respect and humility, I am. Well, how did they do? At the end of the month, at the end of New Year's Eve, 2 months later, they wanted to wish me Happy New Year's and report that they did indeed sign up 100 agents. So working with me, as so many people come back and tell me, has been life-changing. But here's what happened. Tuesday night, I'm doing this training, and I see Joel there. So I wanted to say hello. And I can't believe, wait a minute, where is, he wanted to share his story. So let me bring it up. Let me open Joel up. You know, I love it when former students come back.
Hi, Max.
Joel, how are you?
Doing good, doing great.
I love it. You know, I constantly refer to you as, you know, one of my favorite success stories, because Joel here is probably one of the most experienced, talented salespeople I've ever met. I mean, this man could sell you anything.
Sweet. See, I like him already.
You know, it's true. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about you. You know, when I was working with you back in 2018, you know, you picked it up right away. You were doing great. And then in 2009, you decided to do this insurance thing. And I never thought that, I mean, you had pretty high goals, you know, 100 agents in 2 months. You guys did it. Thrilled that you're here. Now, one thing I want to point out to you in looking at your profile, see, I can see your followers. And this was a sly little thing that LinkedIn did where they told you if you want to make your posts visible for all the things that you do, then what you do is you become a content creator.
Gotcha.
Okay, and we thought when we did that, that was a wonderful thing, and it really was. But then it's kind of like in the middle of the night on a Friday night, they went in and they changed the deal. And what they did was they replaced your connect button with a follow button. So
Yeah.
we're going to explain why. And so we need to go back in there and turn that off so that people can connect with you because they can still see what you're doing.
Yeah, I would like that. But you can also, if you click on more, I think there's a connect button in more.
Well, no, there wouldn't be one for us because we're already connected.
Right, right. But I meant if it was a new person.
Right, well, right, but see, the average person doesn't know about that.
That's true. Where do you go in? I don't even know where to go in and turn it off anymore.
If we have time, I'll show you.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, Max, I want to say thanks so much. And this is going to be our first $1 million year on that. We're well on our way. And I just wanted to, I mean, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. I just can't. I really appreciate everything you've done. Just wanted to say that.
That's awesome. Man. That's awesome.
I appreciate that. I mean, I love it when people hit that first $1 million year, but not the last.
And we're on our way.
Oh, congratulations. It's funny because I help so many people, but it's nice to hear it because a lot of people, I don't hear they hit $1 million until 10 years after they did it. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, bro. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And by the way, what he did, okay, all of you can do, all right?
Yeah,
What he did,
absolutely.
all of you can do because number one, it's not hard and it's just a matter of following some simple steps. And the one thing that impressed me about Joel right from the beginning, because he's a great salesman, great salespeople know you want to listen more than you talk. And working with him was an absolute pleasure. Joe, why don't you tell everybody what coaching did for you? If you would.
Well, it did so much, I don't know if I can put it into just a few words, but it actually propelled me into the next level. And I think that's what everybody's looking for, being able to come to you and talk to you about what I was doing and just doing the tweaks, just the little things that we miss that the coaching really helped with. I don't know how to even express it. I mean, because even like coming to these things, you do a great job with these, but it's not like the individual coaching where I can ask a personal question on how I actually can make this happen. So it's like you said, we did over 100 agents in 2 months, less than 2 months on that with your coaching and our work. So it was great.
So that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you master a process that's behind the success of so many people. All right, so let's come over here. And I want to point something out for those of you that were in boot camp last night. I've changed it up a little bit. And in the November boot camp, last night we did create. Now you also have the recordings to last month's boot camp. Now in last month's boot camp, in addition to going over creating your page, we talked about some of the actions that result when you make changes to your profile. We went into a little bit of posting. What I did last night was I kept it all to creating your page. On Tuesday, we're going to get into connecting, but if you wanted to pick up a little extra information, you can go back and you could watch last month's bootcamp session. Okay, so I'm going to pop over here first. And Let me log out of my account for just a minute. We'll take a little peek into John's account. I thought I mistyped it. John, I sent a code to your email. I'm gonna unmute you so you can give it to me. John, trying to unmute you. Yo, John.
Are
There
you
you
there
go.
now? Okay.
Okay, you got the,
Got the code? Yeah, it's 232190.
okay.
Skip that. Yes, please.
Okay, so John, let me ask you a question. On a scale from 1 to 10, as far as being, comfortable on what number would you give yourself?
I'm sorry, I missed the tail end of your question.
Okay, not for us on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. Where do you rate your comfort in working on LinkedIn?
I would say about, well, probably a 7 right
Okay.
now because I don't totally understand it yet.
Okay, 7's good. Okay, so let's just take a minute now and let's review your settings first. I want you all to understand that there's two big areas: your visibility and communication. But LinkedIn is going through some rather interesting changes. And the one thing I want to point out to all of you, you see this personal demographic information? Stay away from this. But look at what remember that back in 2010, they were a repository for resumes. Resumes. You put your resume up there. It was controversial as hell when they wanted people to put their birthday in there. In fact, they wanted you to add your birthday and your marital status. Well, marital status was up there for less than 24 hours. But you don't put your birthday on a resume either. But look what they're asking for now. Look at this. Select your gender. Hello? Your gender? Well, excuse me, you know, I'm 76 years old. I mean, I always thought it was man or woman, but now you got this. So they're telling you how they're going to use the information. But they're asking for more. I showed what it looked like last night. And for one reason or another, you're not getting it all. But let's go over here to visibility. Profile viewing options. The default setting is the second one. You're on the right one. Edit your profile. Now, right now you're hiding your headline and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure everything is open. Your connections, you want to hide your connections. You don't want people to see who you're connected with. You don't want them prospecting your prospects. You turn that off. Now let's come down here and manage active status. That's the big one. You want everybody to be able to see you. And then let's go to followers. Now, right now, somebody looked at your profile. You've got a follow button. You got a follow button. We're going to turn that off. And now, for all intents and purposes, all right, now we can come down here. We turn off creator mode. Now, what you want to do here. Retired businessman, lifetime entrepreneur. You need a different headline. I mean, you weren't retired when you worked for them. And finally, see, right now, you want people to look at your profile and think, wow, I want to be him. I want to be you. I use it as an example for those of you that ever watched the movie When Harry Met Sally, the restaurant scene, where the woman at the other table, when the waitress asks, what are you going to have for lunch? She says, I'll have what they're having. So it all begins and ends in your mind. It's true. But that's not the kind of message that you want to give. So I'm going to come up here really quick. And we're going to put up a different picture. We want to put up a picture that when people look at it, they're going, wow, I want to be John. I don't know what that guy's doing, but I want to do what he's doing. So let's find a cover. That will give people a sense that, wow, I want to be you. I want to be living the life that you're living. What do you think of that one, John?
I prefer the brighter ones to this one. I mean, this one's.
Okie doke.
That one would be great.
Okay. So it's the same thought, but again, people can see it. And what you need to do is we need to change now, this is your networking business right here. The first one.
It was, yeah.
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to change this up to give people a sense that you're you want people to ask what it is. So let's go over here quickly. Let's edit this one. So this is your business. So you are a founder of the business. You're also a CEO. Now we'll come down here. Let's get rid of this. And now let's talk about the name of the company. JVV Entrepreneur doesn't mean anything to anybody. So can you conduct your business anywhere in the world, or is it pretty much in the United States?
Anywhere in the world.
Okay. So let's call your new business the International Association of Wealth Achievers. Right now, that's going to create curiosity. People are going to want to know what it is. What is it? And that is going to start conversations. The other thing that you can do is let's change the start date from January to November. And what that does is that's going to give you an anniversary. The other thing that you can do, let's come up here. Now you see what happened right here?
Yeah.
Put this. Now, let's go up to contact information. Now you've only got 23 connections, so you really need to build that up. And that is the start. There's nothing, absolutely nothing, to prevent you from moving up the ranks of your business. But first, what you have to do, we have to connect with people, then we start conversations. So let me jump into James' account.
Just a quick moment, Max. Should I remove all of those retired businessmen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, because you weren't retired, when you were doing those things, you weren't retired.
Right.
So you need to put in the headline of whatever that was.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever you were doing.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's come over and look at the draft for Haven. Okay. Phenomenal prospect. Let's see what you came up with. Let me unmute James.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tomorrow is National Redhead Day.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so first, let's see if LinkedIn's got something. All right. You know, I look at this and I just shake my head,
Yeah.
you know. Now they're using the same links, the same GIFs, tenor that Facebook uses. So let's see if we could just get Redhead Day without the national. And truthfully, what you really want to do because everybody on LinkedIn, if they exist, going to use those. So what you do is you go over on the internet. And then we do GIF. We want a moving image. And let's go over here to images. And let's see. Remember, you don't copy them from the left. National Redhead Day. Little fox there. So what you do with this is you right click and you save the image as on your computer. Don't necessarily take the first one. Let's look at this one here. I think this one's a little bit more adult. And let's see what else we got. Well, this one's not moving, but it's got no background. Using moving images. Let's try this one. Okay. What is this one over here? Okay. So now we're going to come back over to LinkedIn. And I'm going to open it up on the other screen. Okay. Now, so you're saying, I hope you have a great weekend. By the way, tomorrow is National Redhead Day. You should celebrate. What we are experiencing now is reminiscent of what happened back in 2008 with a subprime mortgage catastrophe. Okay. First, let's send over the image. First, we're going to send that. And notice the difference between what I said and what you said. You should celebrate. When men talk to women, we shouldn't tell them what to do. We can make suggestions. Okay, now. We sent that. Now we're going to send that. But let's come back up here. So we don't have the and by the way, I found that case study that I was looking for yesterday. And she's overlooked for all that we have to do and the abilities we gain can transfer. And she just saw it. Now we're going to come down here and we're typing like this. So she sees that you're still typing. Okay. So all right. We're going to now, LOLs. You like these LOLs, laughing out loud. It means the person that you're talking to is enjoying this. Notice how quickly we sent that over and she responded. So now.
Why wouldn't we say something about her her redhead because it's in her picture.
Well, it's not it's not what we want to focus on. Okay, yeah, we know it's, we don't want to turn around and say, we knew you were, I didn't know that, I'm a redhead. Well,
Okay.
we could say that's why we sent you, we could say that's why we sent it to you. But this isn't what we want to focus on. We wanted to get the conversation going. Now, she said here, my industry is overlooked for what we know. And she knows the market is down. She knows that everybody is struggling. So, we talked about, well, how, reminding her about what happened in the past. But I'm not so sure that's the direction we have to go, because everybody is struggling. So I'm going to send that over just to keep the flow of the conversation going. Now, all the abilities we have. Now, see, as long as we go like this, she sees we're typing. Now, 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 now. Let me just take a look at her profile really, really quick. Because what we want to do is we want to use her words and how she describes herself. Sales, success. Now, I think, didn't we write something that we were going to use? But I don't think we used it. Let's see here.
I sent you a different draft back before, and
No, here it is. Here it is right here. Right here. Now, we want her to say yes. Now we know she's going to say yes. And when she comes back to say yes, that is when we're going to transition over to talking about looking at your business. What we're doing is we're setting the flow of the conversation so that she's always saying yes. And we're asking a question we already know the answer to. What we had to do, if you remember, you come up here, we asked her, long as you're in sales, there are many other industries out there we'd be successful. We're saying it again. As a result of rising interest rates, blah, 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 with your long history of sales, success, and training experience, there are a lot of places you can go. And then on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate your ability to train and motivate other people? 10. Okay, now we're coming back. See, what we're doing is now we're moving a little closer. We didn't ask the question. We plowed the field. You see the difference?
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing.
Okay. And this is a prime example of the Socratic method of selling. What did we do here? First, we told her about, interest rate, she knows this.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, look, and we also said that there are a lot of people applying for a limited number of jobs. And we said, with your long history of sales, success, training experience, there out there are a lot of places that you'd be very successful. But before we asked her, would you like to take a look at it? We needed to know one more thing. On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate your ability to train and motivate people? Because now, when we go to talk to her about network marketing, see, everybody's got a different perception of network marketing. I guarantee she knows all about network marketing. Guaranteed. And the question is, what is her perception of the business? That's the question.
Yeah.
What's her perception? If it's negative, Well, then we want to know, so how long ago, listen, I talk to people all the time that tried network marketing and failed just like you. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But the truth is that the reason you feel that way is you don't have, number one, well, we want to find out what didn't she like about it? Why does she think she failed? Her perception of the business, I guarantee you, is you go out there, you tell your friends, your family, and you're selling products, getting customers. And the way you're going to present it to her is in a totally different way. To be a leader in my company, you have the skills to be incredibly successful. Because to really be successful in this business, it's not about selling. It's about, and which certainly you can sell. We know you can sell, but it's about training. It's about team building, all the things that you like to do, that you've done so well over the last 2 decades. When you apply those, you take those same things and you have the right information. And then this, of course, is where we're going to go in, and we're going to talk about, look, first we want to find out what company she was in, because for all you know, she was in your company.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the good news is, let's say she was in your company, 10, 15 years ago. It's not the same company. 15 years ago, your company was anti-social media. It's not today. It's not. So that being said, it's changed. It's changed. 25 years now, when they got rid of the rotary phones a lot longer ago than 25 years. So in order for all of you to talk to people, especially at a level like this, you have to show them the big picture. You have to be able to show them. That's where the project launch script comes from. I'm about to launch a project and work with 2 people with your level of experience in sales and team building and training. Go to the top of my company, become a top earner and a leader in my company in the next 90 days. You use that language, she's going to pay attention. She's going to look. She's going to look. And the other thing that you're going to end up dealing with is when she goes to other people that she knows in the mortgage industry, they're going to poo-poo it. So first, you have to give her enough information. You have to build up her belief to a point where when anybody tries to tell her, oh no, man, I can't believe you're going to get into one of those pyramids, she's going to be able to take the same position you took. I got to tell you, feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I used to feel that way too. And then I met this great guy from Texas who showed me that all the things that I didn't like, I was wrong. I was wrong. And I am so glad this guy did. And that's how you do it. You're going to have her literally pre-sold before you show her the business. Now, granted, she has to like it. She has to be passionate about it. She has to, and again, in order to be successful, Haven, in network marketing, you need 3 things. First, you need to be working with a company that has products that you could be passionate about. Passionate to the point, man, you tell people about it, even if you weren't getting paid. Second, you need to be working with somebody that's very successful in the business that can help you be successful and help you build your team. And third, you need good internet tools to share the business. And so we're not going to do any of those things that people did before. And working together over the next 90 days, you're going to help her become one of the leaders in your company using the skills that she possesses and earn between 20 and 40 grand. If you can help her get to senior director in 90 days, she's going to make 40 grand. It's not pie in the sky. It's what people make. For those of you that are in Isogenics, you help somebody. I mean, you can help somebody make $15,000 in the next 90 days. So it's all about positioning, but putting the information in front of her that will enable her to make the decision that she's willing to look. And then, because you have really great online tools, she's going to get excited. Now, the next part of this, of course, is showing them the business. And there, you know, you gotta be really careful, because they could like everything about it, and then you get them on the phone with your upline, who's old school. We're not going to mention who it is. That can kill the deal. Okay, it can kill the deal, because your upline gets on there and says, oh, well, we're going to make a list of all your friends and we're going to blah blah. No, we're not. We're not going to do that. But you know, the reason I wanted to hear from my upline, here's a guy that's making millions and millions of dollars, but he's old school. He knows what he knows. We're going to do it a different way. But I just wanted you to see, because you don't, you know, anytime somebody says, I don't know anybody that's ever made any money in network marketing, your response should be, well, man, you just need to meet more people.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know, there are lots of people in this business that are making 6 figures, 8 figures. Joel has finally hit the $1 million category, and he's never going back, because he's building a team. You're all doing the same thing. You're all in different companies. It doesn't matter what company you're in. Well, it kind of does. You know what I'm saying? Because some of you, you know, you got to look at the company. All right. You know that 25%. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I'm going to give you all a link. I told everybody this morning that we put together a special promotion. So for any of you that did not participate in our 2-day top earner retreat, I'm going to put a link in the chat. And what you could do is you can literally get all of the you could get all of the recordings for our top earner retreat, and all of the tools that came along with it, and put it in a chat window. And what I had them do is I also had them add a 2 payment option. What is that? What, are they crazy? The 2 payment option is going to be higher than that. Anyway, you got that link. I would grab this before they go in there and change it. But in any event, tomorrow, for those of you that are in boot camp, we will have a session at 11. For those of you that are coaching students, we're going to have a mastermind session at 1 o'clock. And okay, let me see. Um. No rush. We can do him tomorrow. He's not going anywhere. This was Thursday. We'll catch him tomorrow. We'll do him during either the 11 o'clock session. So, as for the rest of you, we'll catch up to you next time.